Hello, everyone. Welcome to the First Circuit Podcast number 56. All right, today is the first day of fall, be it on a Saturday at least. And today we have Biter.
Blarg.
Ian.
Greetings, everyone.
And myself, Lorsh, and Oldbob 10025.
Hey, everybody, on the September 22nd, 2018.
Perfect. All right, and so for today's topics, we will be going over the Incubus, the random hotfix we had, the MWO Semi-Finals, more challenges and events, and some discussion on those afterwards.
All right, well, this shows how interested we are in talking about the Incubus.
Woo! All right, yeah, Incubus, guys. So, it came out with the last patch. So, what do you guys think of it? I think it's gonna be mostly like opinion based, or maybe some factual stuff. But what do we think? I mean, granted, Bob and I think are the only ones that really got it. Biter, you may have watched us play it, or other streamers play with it. So, what do we think?
Well, I have a very particular opinion of this mech. It exists.
What? It exists.
It exists, but therefore it is.
All I know. I haven't bothered buying it originally when it came out for the early bird pre-order, so that's basically my opinion. And I don't think that has changed until now.
I mean, from you and I perspectives, if you played a little bit, it's kind of fun to shoot.
Yeah, it's fun to shoot.
It's fun to shoot, not to play.
Fun to shoot at, yeah.
See, the problem is, though, like, one of the things is none of the mechs are, quote, at a paywall. So the ECM and Masters, no jump jets. That's one of my major concerns of it, because it's a lot better to play, say, Arctic Cheetah with better hitboxes. Because every time I actually played this mech, it was more of just, well, there's my torso over there, there's my arm way over there. This kind of sucks. And so it's like a glass doghouse, not a glass house, but a glass doghouse. And so you really have to use this as a ambush mech ish. Go in, shoot, and run your ass away from anything that's looking at you. And not having ECM jump jets or mask really hurts this mech, and there's better mechs out there to go and use. Basically like some of the tonnage for a 30-ton mech, other mechs had more armor than this thing had. I think it was 24 points that I had on my arm, on my torsos. Literally did nothing. Anything shot me, I'm done. As far as the hard points and everything, I would say they're okay. They're blah. As far as the ballistics, you have like the 2 would have 5 ballistics. The 1 will have 4 and everything. It just didn't. It was underwhelming for a mech that size, or just for a mech period, to go and have that type of armor. It was too much to use, too many hard points when it should actually have probably about 3 or 1/4 less. I don't know. That's my own opinion.
So, like, you almost have the opinion that it's a light mech, so you're running with less tonnage, but they've given you so many options, and you want to use all of them.
Well, that was my point. But there's better mechs out there as far as Arctic Cheetah, 100% better, because it'll be modified to whatever you want to be with ECM and everything else, jump jets and like whatever you do, plus better hitboxes. And so that mech was 100% better. The Mistlings was probably going to be better too. You can do a lot of cool things like with this thing. As far as a battle mech without any omnipods, this just did not take the cake as far as the clan mech. Of course, the Vixen was a second line mech back in lore, but it just didn't feel like a cool mech to run. I trudged through the freaking thing. I was like, oh my god, I need 400 more points of damage. God, please let me get this in one go. That's how I was.
Trudging through the mech trenches.
Yeah, the mech trenches. I was like, please let me get the 400 points in one game. Please, I don't want to play 3 more games.
And then all of a sudden you get like 350, and you're like, god damn it.
Exactly. That's how it was.
I think I agree with you partially. Yes, I mean, because it was a 30-tonner. I scrolled down to like a Mistlings, which is only 25 tons. You know what? I don't own an Arctic Cheetah. I've never cared to buy one. Yeah. So my closest comparison to this there is the Mistlings. But not having those jump jets, not having like almost I want to say a gimmick. Yeah. You know that other light mechs have a gimmick where like the Flea has the mask, The Mislinks has the jump jets. The Cheetah has the ECM. The quote-unquote gimmick of the Incubus, it has, I mean, I think it has, very good hard points with that cockpit level. That's the gimmick.
Yeah.
Is that they give you these really amazing hard points up there to boat machine guns. Or I guess the other gimmick is that each variant has weapons in its right arm but not the left, if you could call that anything. But after using it for a couple of days, I really only hopped on Thursday, so I was a few days late to the party on getting it, really. But I would say it's gonna be one that, I mean, I like, it's kind of sad because I love the design and look of this thing, and maybe I just haven't found the niche yet. Maybe I haven't found the build that I like yet. But I mean, I want to like it, but I'm having a hard time.
Well, yeah. And one of the gimmicks that I did was the Ultra AC20, and it actually, with the high hard points, it was actually pretty nice. It just worked out good. I just had to make sure I just stuck with the assaults and just do my damage and then run away type thing. But yeah, like you said, you probably need a time to use it. But overall, the first impressions is I do not like this mech. I mean, just the first all impressions, but of course, over time, Biter will give me a build, or Kobold will give me a build, or Epic will give me a build type thing. I'll go, that's a cool build. Just like the awesome, like mech, the same thing. It's like, I like that build. I'll use it from now on. I just probably just have to wait. But I mean, first impressions, I'm not a big fan.
All right. The way I would talk about the Incubus is somewhat like I'm not relating it to the Mislinks or Arctic Cheetah, since they are Omni-mechs with fixed number of jump jets, even a Beagle probe and all that. The closest relation the Incubus has is actually probably the Wolfhound, if you look across tech bases, because both of them are completely ground-bound, 30-35 tonners, and you can do the machine guns, a couple of machine guns, like 4 or 5 or whatever, but your meat and potatoes is the energy weapons for the most part. You could do energy with a couple MGs. Now, the problem this has, just like with the Wolfhound, was somewhat that it's quite an easy target, and it's difficult to get about without even just having a single jump jet would have been really nice, or having ECM on one variant. That could be the make or break with it. But just like with the Wolfhound, before it was given all those armor quirks, it was a really big target, really squishy, and not really worth playing. And that is somewhat a similar problem with the Incubus. The Incubus also has the problems that I think at least a lot of the clan light mechs struggle with right now, which is, at least for me, I'm not always the biggest fan of using clan lights unless they got a whole bunch of machine guns. Like, other than machine guns, clan weapons aren't the most fun on lights. Like the SRM splat all over the place there. Lock-up missiles are fine enough, but they're actually kind of lightweight, so they're okay. But the energy weapons, like the medium lasers,
they get hot.
They are super uber duper hot. So if you're looking to do, I think some would like, there's an Incubus with 3 energy in each side torso and it's really high. I'll do 6 medium lasers. And like, even the Wolfhound, that gets toasty with the Sphere tech, but clan tech, oh boy, that is super toasty.
Yeah.
And you just don't have the cooling to really make these energy hard points work. Naturally, at least if you're an unquirked Wolfhound, i.e. you haven't got the survival stuff, you're not really actually, at least if it were me, I'm not really looking to dive deep and use machine guns and small pulses just because you're so fragile. It's very hard to get a good return on investment. You have to find just the right opportunity. And sometimes in a game that just never reveals itself. So on average, at least, this is a mech that, due to its relative fragility, because it's got a very wide torso, it's quite an easy target to hit. It has nice agility, but it's not going to be too hard to hit. So at least with me, I'm sort of looking sometimes like those missile hard points, and I'm like, I could put streaks in there, I could put LRMs in there, I could put ATMs in there, and keep my distance and use really nice clan missile tech. rather than trying to use the few machine guns it has or the few energy weapons, because for the most part, there's way better energy and or ballistic boats out there for the clan lights.
Exactly.
I think
And
there's oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, but yeah, like I think right now is that of course when a mech comes out, these things are given out, and then after like a month or so, they might be given some quirks. That tends to happen. They might do a patch of some sort. Because I remember back when the Misslings came out, that thing had no real armor buffs, but after a few years of being out, they gave that thing stupidly strong buffs on the arms, on the Misslings.
And the torsos as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I would not be surprised if they go ahead and they do put some sort of armor buffs on this. Maybe not near future, but somewhere down the line, I could see this thing getting some sort of buff, at least in the arms. Definitely the torsos, I think, for sure, because this thing is pretty wide.
Well, definitely like the Uzil, the same thing. They actually put, I think, with structure quirks or armor quirks, like on the torsos, because it was such a big target, and just that's all you had to do was kill the torsos. And I'm sure they'll do that too.
For now, at least, my suggestions when building with this mech is somewhat to think of it like an adder, a cougar, or a missling. Not a miss. A kit.
Osiris. Oh, okay.
Osiris.
No, a kit. Okay. These haven't necessarily got the best shape either, and they're really kind of slow. But you can put a hefty payload, and even though it's risky to poke, you have a better poke than other light mechs. You're not looking to brawl with the enemy. At least that would be my game plan going forward. So like the one with 2 missiles in the one of the arms, just put the 2 biggest ATM launchers in there, put a tiny engine in, and become a very good ATM surprise ATM support boat.
Which could be really funny, but the thing is, though, at that point, I'm just gonna take a cougar.
Yeah.
Well, the only question would be at least, because it is a battle mech, you can choose any engine. Like you could go to a ridiculously small engine, whereas a cougar, you're always stuck with certain.
True.
With the Omni-mechs, those slots are filled up in certain places. Where here, you have way more freedom, and the ones with the 1 or 2 missile hard points do have that 10% missile cooldown. So they gave it very few quirks, but the quirks they did give it were for the these one-off weapons, and I'm going to build the whole mech around this one-off ATM 12 or this 2-off ATM 9s or 2 ATM 12s if I can fit it, and have 10% cooldown because at least be almost half decent.
I think with the one with the energy hard points, I think like 60-year mediums, I had to bring that down to 5 because it was cooking me.
Oh,
like,
God, running mediums in that.
Yeah, I was running air mediums, and it was cooking me like with that. And then once I got the skill tree going, it kind of worked out better than having 6. Just keep 5 on it though, and it worked out fine.
Man, I just boated 6 small pulses into that, and that thing did really well in the one match that I had it in.
That's cool.
As I had said when I was watching that match, at the very least, though, Lush was that was almost like the perfect storm.
It was, yeah,
because both teams sort of moved up, they got close, and then they brawled for like 5 minutes or whatever, and there's just pandemonium. So this is the perfect Lashian environment where he's just skippering around all over the place and shooting random people of opportunity.
That's all it was. It was just Grim Plexus, and it was just a giant mash of mechs. I'm like, I'm just gonna run through them all because I can go. What's my speed here on this? I can go at like
145.
Yeah, but it was something real stupid. It was like I'm just gonna run, because I can get like 153.9, and I can just run through everyone. But yeah, but like I said, that was the perfect storm. But usually when it comes to light mechs or even like just fast mediums, the mediums that want to be light mechs, I just boat small pulses and then just go to town.
Yeah, I think I do have a biased opinion though, because I mean, A, I don't like lands, and B, I'm more of a medium to heavy pilot. So like using lights is not my forte. So I would have to admit, I'll say this now, basically I would have a little bit of biased opinion, but overall though, I think that for people, I know it's gonna be bad, but wait until the C-Bill thing comes out for them.
Yeah, I would say wait until the C build one comes out. If you're half and half, yeah, just wait. But if you like these kind of battle mechs and you want to have these really good hard points and you really, really want to go for it, sure. But I would still lean on just waiting.
It still has the awkward problem, at least if you're buying the packs, that the Incubus 1 and 2, I think, are pretty samey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the really interesting ones are somewhat the ones with missiles, in my opinion. So the heroes, one of them is in the standard pack, but one of them in the reinforcement, and then there's a high energy mounts in reinforcement. So, getting the standard pack, the only thing I'm interested in is the one with the 2 missile hot points. And that's because they could do 2 big ATMs with 10% cooldown. Amazing.
Yeah, because I think that's actually what we discussed whenever they first announced this mech, is that the 1 was 4 ballistic, 4 energy. The 2 was 5 ballistic, 3 energy. Ooh.
Now, like,
it's just
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just like they are rather samey, except then once you get the 3, then you get missiles with it. So
now, like, I haven't actually looked at the Vixen as far as like Sarna and looked at them as far as hardpoint wise, but are these actually lore builds or lore hardpoints that they have for them?
I don't know.
I'm just curious, but yeah, kind of like packs like the Flea, the Woka wasn't too bad. The obviously the Warhammer was really, really good pack to purchase. Like some of those things, but yeah, like I said, it's a C-Bill mech.
So, as far as I'm aware, I think the Incubus, all of them are actually lore builds except for the hero, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, the builds don't use all the hard points. The hard points is somewhat PGI's creation, though. Of course, they have to start with, if this one has a streak 6 in its arm, well, it has to have a missile hard point now, obviously.
True.
I mean, the original tabletop lore, ideas of lore. So they sort of got, these are supposed to be like dueling mechs, and they have originally
low armor.
Low armor, but also bracketed weapons, so like large pulse lasers, ER mediums, and then machine guns for up close.
That's not dueling. Oh my god! If I were to go ahead and duel against a Mistlings or a Cheetah in this 1-on-1, oh dear god, no.
Well, I'll get clan dueling, where it's like you say, "Oh ho ho ho! I could kill you with just my large pulse laser. I shall turn off my mediums and my machine guns, and I shall beat you with that."
Good luck.
Yeah, that's
according to the lore stuff. At least that's the impression I got there.
And I'm pretty sure that those people who do that usually lose their battles.
Maybe. I mean, if you're, I'm sort of imagining someone's complete potato, and they're sitting in an Arctic cheetah, and they're trying to battle a good pilot in an Incubus with one large pulse laser. And it's just like, stop moving!
Why can't I hit you?
Yeah, and the guy with the, we've all sort of got somebody into the game, and their first few matches, they're utter potato. So that's the time to beat them up in the Incubus as the dueling mech.
Now, I do have to admit, though. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, dude. I'm good.
I do have to admit, though, the paint job is phenomenal. I do like the paint job; it looks gorgeous. As far as like the mashing of colors and everything, and then with the event that just happened for the Incubus, you do get a digital paint job, but the paint job on the hero looks astoundingly great.
Just the hero and like the 1S, I mean, I think that's one thing I forgot to even comment on too, is that they're just pretty, especially like the 1S. It's like they took just like spray paint cans, and they just faded all the colors in. Yeah, it's a damn shame because it's fucking pretty and I want to fucking use it, but god damn, it's a hard bargain, because I usually push for the pretty mechs because I like pretty mechs. This is the pretty mech that's just so niche, and you can do like 1 or 2 tricks with this thing, and that's it.
So it's
until I find it. It typically takes me a month to find that one stupid build that I love, and then I do a video on it. It might take me. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna take a month. I'm gonna find that one dumb build and be like, I love it.
Yeah, true. Okay, so everyone, as far as the Vixen, Yeah, so okay, we got the hotfix next. Let's go over that there just a little bit.
Sure.
Let's see, scheduled for the 19th. Micro laser heat scale warning message no longer contains debug text. Oh, and the best part of it is escort mode got put back in again. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Basically, what happened was there was a problem with escort mode, and so they took it out, and everyone's thinking, oh, okay, cool. 1 month of no escort mode, and you should have seen Twitter just light up. I mean, Twitter just like, yay, no escort mode for 1 month. And next day it came in, escort mode came in the game. Oh God, no.
Yeah, people were happy it was gone, but now it's back. The bigger thing, at least for some players, was the Piranha Hero, the cipher, was not actually being displayed. Like they couldn't select it.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
Their cipher disappeared. Thankfully, though, now it hasn't actually disappeared. It should still, it should have been, you should now be able to see it in your mech lab.
That's interesting because that might actually be because they didn't they actually debuff it or something, during the patch.
Yeah, people were going to try and see it after the nerfs, and then they found out it didn't exist, and people said, "Wow, that's the hardest nerf of all."
Just removed it from the game completely.
Yes.
And while we're on funny things, I do enjoy the fact that they messed up the Vulcan Bloodlust, the naming. I think that happened twice already, so hey, PGI, maybe watch out for that in the future.
I'm talking of messing things up, of course. They added an extra ghost heat weapon group so that only micro lasers inhabit it. And they didn't update the name, so it just sort of said when you equip too many micro lasers, that ghost heat warning, it says, warning, equipping more than 10 micro... it doesn't say micro lasers, it says equipping more than... weapon group 16 insert here.
I missed that one.
We'll trigger the random. There was also another category like ghost heat penalty insert here.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to be 14 instead of 10, right?
Oh, I think they also displayed the wrong number or something like that. Yeah. But now that has also been fixed, so it's good for them to actually get on top of these things. I think the biggest one that people were clamoring for was obviously the Piranha Hero. You don't want to, fancy mechs you buy for real world money often is to disappear on you like that.
Yeah, but thankfully they did catch it, and it was a relatively small hotfix. It wasn't like game breaking, thankfully. So they were able to patch it quickly. Of course, now it's Saturday. This podcast comes out on Monday, so it's going to be out there already. But if you weren't aware,
it's already out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's already
so,
out.
Or also too, if you have not logged in like a month, well, there you go. You're gonna get the main patch and a hotfix patch. So there you go.
And one of the things I got to say about PGI though, like when they do make mistakes, they actually fix them. I mean, there's a lot of things they can't fix, like overnight type thing. But like, oh my God, basically we can't have this happen, so let's go try to fix this. Like the micro heat scale, the escort game mode. So they're on top of what they're doing. They're not just all sitting eating pizza, throwing darts at the wall. They're actually doing stuff. And that's one thing I actually do admire about these guys, because I played a lot of games that they just basically just didn't give a crap. They'll do it for next next batch. Yeah. So I have to say good kudos. Sorry, man, go ahead.
Yeah. We last week didn't cover the escort removal thing because that was actually added just before the patch went out. That somebody pointed out there was the error, so they say, "Oh, okay, we're removing escort until we solve the error," and they solve it just a couple of days later. So that's very much on point, even if a lot of people don't particularly care for escort.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
If I may rephrase that, though, PGI is on top of things where they recognize there's an issue.
Yeah. Also too, it's like during our last podcast, we normally don't read like here are the art fixes and here are the bug fixes. We normally kind of skim over those a little bit more than the regular big stuff that's on the.
I did read through all of them before, but when we covered it, it wasn't actually there.
Okay.
Yeah, they updated the patch notes. So after we recorded the podcast and before the patch went live, it said stuff about escort.
Mainly I just look at the art fixes and go, okay, cool, type of thing. I really don't pay attention that much to art fixes.
I usually read through those because there's sometimes some really interesting art fixes. But that time they just had stuff like, when the Cyclops pilot starts up their mech, he doesn't actually press the buttons, he kind of misses. And we fixed that.
Gotta fix that one little finger press.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now we're
It's only
happy.
with one
Now
hand.
the game's fixed.
One step at a time. Everyone will be able to press the buttons on their mech when starting.
Could you imagine if just mainly if that button was actually functional? Just every match the Mechwarrior would just not hit it and your mech wouldn't power on.
You know, there's
Just be standing there.
It wouldn't make a beep noise, it just makes a thunk.
There's one thing that always been bothering me about Mechwarrior. You know, basically, as far as like when you have 12 mechs within a mile of each other, they all, you know, basically everyone gets together on the planetary assault and they basically run in, they turn off their engines 1 mile from each other and then they turn it back on again. I never understood that as far as like it being a way. Well, I guess like, you know, like aesthetically you have to do that because, you know, you got to start up your mechs, looks cool, you know, start up your mech and everything. But it's like we all stop 1 mile away from each other in this big map on the opposite sides. It's like, oh, turn off our engines, oh, turn it back on again, type of thing. I never understood that. I just never did.
I'm sure you could come up with some very, very roundabout solution to that. Like, you know, all the mechs are mailed there earlier, and then the pilots all arrive and, you know, drop ships at the same time.
Yeah. But anyway,
Okay.
Hotfix was super quick. So, but next up on our list there was the semifinals.
Yeah. Now,
They have begun.
this is the one where they're playing stock mechs, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to check these out then. I haven't. I mean, I admit I haven't been watching these.
Yeah, I want to see how the stock meta has developed in competitive.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so for
So-
once, I am actually really excited about the championships because I want to see this.
Yeah, same here. Like I think we talked about that during last MechCon, where you know we're all sitting here. It's like, what, you know, basically let's have a stock mech. That'd be really cool.
And then behold,
Yeah, I know. It should be interesting. Like, I will check some of these games out though. Like, I'm not a big fan of like tournaments and stuff like that, but I will check these games out just to see, you know, kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat, you know, type thing.
Mhm.
And you're gonna see some of the games in person, aren't you?
Yeah, I can go on MechCon, so I'll be seeing some.
So-
I'll be seeing some people there.
In terms of competitive, though, as far as I'm able to gather, we've narrowed it down to the 12 top teams, and you know now they'll be facing off against one another. I'm not sure if it's knockout, but you know at least it's branching up and up and up, and the teams are getting knocked out slowly over
Yeah.
time. I think it's still the usual format of only Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for competitive.
Yeah, let me check the
But-
schedule here.
Like if we look at the schedule right now, at least there's a whole bunch of matches to be played. Was it 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and they
Yeah.
haven't planned the rest ahead. And these matches, are they actually being streamed?
Yeah, actually, like
I
on.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually on No Guts No Galaxy, I believe.
I
Select
think
matches are being streamed, not all of them.
it's a Twitch TV.Piranha Games with Bandit P17.
Piranha Games this time.
Yeah,
hmm
that's interesting. Yeah, cool. I'll check it out
Yeah.
tonight. You know, why not?
Yeah, a good chunk of them are match time is pending, but yeah, but they got the first few ones are listed for scheduling. I got Saturday, Sunday, 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 Sunday for a lot of these here.
Sunday,
Um,
Sunday.
Yeah, so right now most of the games are either Saturdays or Sundays right now. But yeah, so they are coming up when. So just keep an eye out when they update this page. Then you'll be getting all them lovely times, so we can see who wins.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to MechCon or looking to the finals there, then this obviously is relevant. But I'm just curious just to see at least one or two matches of stock meta. I want to
Yeah.
see what mechs were chosen, which ones
know.
became the new meta mechs. The commander has become meta.
Yeah, because I mean there are times when stock mechs they're tough to play because I popped them. Well, Snugs has
Yeah.
stock mech Saturday.
I was just about to say that
And-
too.
Yeah, and I forget if you were there, Bob, but
Yeah, I was.
I popped into one day and I was like, I didn't I completely forgot that it was Snugs just stock mech day. I went ahead and chose like it was what the hell was it? It was the Hellbringer, and I was like, what is this? This isn't what my thing has.
Me too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
most-
So yeah, so,
That's the thing, though, as well, is that you know even then you guys are playing the clan mechs because obviously the average clan tech level was way higher. Whereas
Mhm.
all the mechs they're playing with is like 3, 30, 20, 39 or so, isn't it? So
Yeah.
these are all Innisphere mechs with just single heat sink, standard structures, standard armor.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need to watch these, and even if I can't get them tonight, I'm sure I can get them on like the Twitch replay from
Yeah.
past videos at work. I know, just have it on the background at work, just watch it, and just because it's like I want to see how they handle stock mechs.
Also, the commentators have to fill a lot of the air, presumably with the mechs getting close to one another because they're so fast.
Yeah.
And
Actually-
it looks like they're moving up the side, so they're going at flanking speed, 60 kilometers per hour. This is a really fast medium mech.
And a biter brought up a good
Yeah.
point though. Like I want to see what mechs are meta as far as stock builds, just to see what's out
True,
there.
and
Yeah.
and these things are not skilled, right? They're just stock mech, no skills, or can they put skills into them?
They have skills and they have quirks. So you could take all the consumables, you can spam
Yeah.
the strikes
Okay.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mana potions. Because
Mana
it will be hot.
potions.
They will be hot.
It's going to be very hot. All right, so I think that's all we can really go over with the semifinals until we get to watch a few more of these. So, do you want to get on to the events and what we have in store for events now?
Hold on, wait. There's another event.
There's.
Okay, so there's a few things to cover. First is just obviously the Incubus had it's just as with any mech, new mech, there's a mech challenge for it. Do 1,000 damage with each of the starter pack things, and you get MC, where it's collector pack, hero pack, and reinforcement and stuff give, I think, a bit more interesting stuff. What have we got here?
Well, if you do the
guys
hero,
actually-
you can. Yes, I got
Yeah.
the cockpit item, which is the walking incubus for the hero, which
Yeah.
is always
Yeah, I
pretty.
got that too.
I love those a lot. If you do the reinforcement add-on, you get just C-bills. So really, it was the hero and the collector's pack. Are they really like the only ones that really got you anything interesting?
Yeah.
Which was the pattern, which was the
Digital pattern.
digital looking pattern. So I'm still working on that. I haven't even worked a whole lot, but the one I really wanted was the walking item.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are always fun to look
nice.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same old, same old. At least one thought came to mind is obviously, you're paying extra bit of money to get that reinforcement pack, and all you're getting is more C-bills. Whereas you could have just got the hero or the collector pack upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
It's just those poor reinforcements. Though, at least with future packs, it looks like there's no more reinforcements.
Yes, I noticed that too, and I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Basically as far as like what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because the Hatamochi and the Charger they have no reinforcements, and I'm pretty sure they have like different variants, as far as lore wise.
Well, they have variants, but those variants are kind of samey, so it might actually be that BGI wasn't being like if they didn't want to put in 5 different mechs that are basically the same, so they decided to skip the reinforcement on this one and put it back in next time. I wouldn't call on reinforcements being out.
I mean, like
We'll have to wait
Sorry,
and
go.
see. Honestly,
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. I'm still annoyed that the Hatamoto Chi and the Charger. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you don't see all the other packs like you used to. So they exist in their own little world.
Yeah, I think we went over that before when they first came out. I think we spent like 20 minutes going over the actual webpage layout, more so than the actual mechs.
I know.
All right.
So the challenges.
Well,
right?
next up, I would talk about the MWO anniversary event and sales, because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with this. So,
Mhm.
starting on the 19th to the 25th or so, it was double XP, along with 50% extra C-bills earned with heroes and stuff like that, rather than 30%. So if you jump in your hero mech, particularly if you got them in that bundle sale, you get twice the XP and 50% extra C-bills, which is really nice. There's also, I think, cheaper premium time. There was also double conversion XP. So if you want to convert mech experience to general experience, you get twice the same amount out. Twice as much out as you normally would. But there was also, if you convert stuff, they did the conversion rewards. So if you convert 5,000 XP to GXP, which is about 100 MC right now, you get the metal pipes warhorn, which is what I think came with the Thanatos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot cheaper than the usual warhorns. It's up to you whether you think 100 MC is worth it. But yeah, you get the warhorn and 5 times the consumable pack. So 5 UAVs, 5 cool shots, 5 strikes. I think something like that, right?
Yeah, and then after you get that, you can get some more cockpit standing items. So if you do 50,000 XP conversion, you get the Blazer sidearms and a 20 times consumable pack. And then afterwards, it just becomes C-bill, 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 C-bills, and then you get a few more standing items at the very, very bottom.
Yeah, the 5,000 one though is really nice because it's only 100 MC, whereas 50,000 is obviously 1,000 MC.
Yeah.
So you're spending a lot to get, just even the first 3 items on this list.
I mean,
and going up to 1 million is that's a lot of MC.
Being the
just for
OCD,
some standing items.
being the OCD person that I am, though, like when I look at mech experience, I have 794. I'm like, God damn it! I'm like, or the mech the mech chassis like XP. I'm like, man, I got to get that out of there or something like that just to get it out, type thing. So I might actually do a couple of these, but not to the extent of 50,000. That'd just be no way.
Go ahead and take up my Nova that we all got. It's a champion mech. Gets the extra XP.
Some guy knew that actually built that. I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah, no, some jackass. They gave us the free Nova.
But if you got the MC, also you get the MC from the events too. So you go and use that, and that might help you out to go and convert some XP that you need to go get rid of.
Yeah, I'm up to like 3k MC from events, so
yeah,
I could spare 100 if I wanted to have one of those.
yeah, definitely.
It's not like the bagpipes though in the past when they did that.
The bagpipes is cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Bagpipes were awesome.
Yeah. So they also had the Mechwarrior Anniversary Challenges and the Founder Mech Challenges. Now, have you guys done these yet? Because I haven't actually done these yet.
Not yet, no.
The anniversary challenges, one thing I did like though, they have the names Double or Nothing, Are You Experienced, like stuff like that, and it coincides on what actually you need to go and do. Like Are You Experienced, like get 50k at XP in any mode. I mean, that's a really cool name for it. They're actually thinking about the events, which they actually put some thought into instead of get 5 kills. Get kill down a UAV, and they're actually putting names to this. It's not much, but it's a little tiny bit you put into a game that makes a game better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, it's a weekend full of events. Yeah, because you have the anniversary ones, and then you have the Founders Challenge. So if you own a Founder mech, which I know I don't, I think Bob, you mentioned earlier that you don't have a Founder mech.
No.
Biter, Ian, you don't have any Founders?
No Founder mechs.
Small package, sadly.
What's that?
I only have the smallest Founder package, which didn't come with mech.
Oh,
Snip.
Dang. But if you own a like the Founder Jenner or the Hunchback or the Catapult or the Atlas, you can go ahead and your rewards are just going to be MC and C-bills. So if you have one and you want to get that extra little bit of in-game monies, you can.
If you're a founder and haven't got enough C-bills yet, now is your time.
Yeah, which really makes you question: is this event really worth it if you have a Founder mech?
It's an extra little bonus that reminds you to actually take those things out. I don't see many Founder Jenners around.
Nah, you never do.
Now, what's the difference between a Founder mech and normal mech then? Like, there's nothing, right?
Just C-bill boosts.
Yeah, it's basically hero mech.
Variant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like a champion, but it's got a different letter, so it gives C-bills, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because the champions gives XP.
Yeah, I would say the anniversary challenge. It's got a lot of the easy ones, just sort of like get 500 match score, accumulate enough XP or C-bills, just play enough. The one that would get kind of annoying for me is the ones that are map based, because these actually have some really good these are the ones that actually give MC or an XL350 engine, and there's going to be that time where you played all the maps, but you never got a mining collective, and you just want mining collective to get the 100 MC, and you don't get a chance to vote for it, and even when you do, you're outvoted, and it's going to be the most painful thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm never going to get on Bog because no one ever chooses Bog.
Terra Therma.
You'd be surprised.
Nah.
I see Terra Therma more than Bog because people choose Terra Therma because they know they're going to piss someone off with their ×4 multiplier.
Or Polar Highlands.
Oh no, dude! I see Polar Highlands way too often.
No, people just vote for it to piss people off, though.
I see it so often. It almost seems like people aren't doing it to piss off someone because you see it every freaking match.
But the thing is,
something funny though. The one map I recognize that isn't featured here is what's its name?
Alpine Sleeps.
Alpine Sleeps, exactly.
Yeah, Alpine Sleeps.
So at least I realized that no one's gonna vote for that one.
Now the problem, like Biter was saying though, is that the depending, you're basing a reward depending on the public to actually pick that map. That is the most frustrating thing I know for myself. If I'm sitting there, I spend 6 hours playing the game, and all I need is, like, say, Caustic Valley never comes up. I'm like, screw this, I'm done. I got other things to do. And so never, I never could understand basing something off of the public to go ahead and pick those maps or pick a event or shoot down the UAVs or or that kind of thing. And I never understood that. That's just me though.
Well,
I don't know.
the UAVs and such I could see.
I mean, the thing with the UAVs is, you have to hope for the enemy to pop a UAV, and then, you be the first one to shoot it down.
But you're battling 12 other guys to go kill it, though.
Oh, yeah. But every single match, you can cling to hope. You could just sit back there,
hope is gone,
staring
my friend.
at the skies.
Hope is gone.
But with these map selections, of course, your only hope is to get Caustic, and you get another map. Well, you can't really cling to hope while you place that match. You just want the match to be over with as quickly as possible so you can roll the roulette wheel. Whereas with UAVs, you're sort of, you can try and metagame it and go, is there a way I can make them pop their UAVs? Is there a way is there a good mech that can sit back and, pop any UAVs that come up? What is there a way? There's always hope with UAVs, but with this, it's just literally rolling with the die, or at least, you're just hoping that your vote works this time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, with all these events, we've been smacked in the face with a lot of events recently.
Jeez.
It almost seems like event overload every weekend again. Or do we think we are reaching a point where we're just getting too many events again, or are we in like a nice, comfy area when it comes to these?
Well, like before they had events like once every 2 to 3 weeks, like I would say. Sometimes it was like back to back. Sometimes it was like, okay. But lately, just like you're saying, it's like every week or every week there's 2 events going on. One for the mech itself, one for everyone else. And then next week after that is, hey, there's another challenge to the green machine, and everything green gets like a event type thing. I don't know, but I think it's event overload, and I hear this from a lot of people that they're going off and doing other things because they don't want to be sitting there to go do the events. Now, you don't have to do events, don't get me wrong, you don't have to do these things, you don't have to do them, but you lose that edge of getting the free MC that a game like Mechwarrior Online does. Because there's not many games out there, except for Star Trek Online, that give you free MC just to go play the game. And the MC can be used like money to purchase, hero mechs and everything.
Star Trek Online gives you Mechwarrior credits?
Yes, they give you Mechwarrior credits.
Yeah.
No,
they give you credits.
They give you dilithium, basically.
Yeah, that conversion of that shit.
It sucks.
I hated that.
It sucks, but if you grind it, you don't have to pay anything in the game. It's the same thing with Mechwarrior Online. They give you the stuff. They're like, here, man, take it. And so if you miss these, the next sale coming out, you're like, man, all I need is 100 MC. I should have did the event.
Yeah, like this reminds me of, like, I'm gonna make a South Park reference. For those viewers who watch South Park. There was an episode where I think it's Stan's dad plays a game called Heroin Hero, and the whole game is to catch the dragon. and the whole game is that there's a cartoon dragon, and it's like, come catch me, and you need to shoot at more heroin to catch the dragon, but you never catch the dragon because every time you play, you're trying to get it and you never get it. It almost seems like I'm trying to get the C-bills and the MC, but I never have time due to work or being an adult, and I can never get these things.
Well, that went in an unexpected direction.
But you're all right though. It's like, you know, a lot of people, they got to complete the events. You know, like you don't have to. Like I said, you could just bypass this. I'm probably gonna do maybe a quarter of this before I got to do like adult things.
But it's listed. Because you log in and you see it and you're like, oh man, I want to get it.
Yeah.
I have time for 2 matches. 5 hours later, I haven't done any of my chores.
I need one more match to get this. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just overload, and talk with a bunch of people like you guys and like everyone else. It's just event overload, and I don't know why they're doing this. So, like, you guys have any clue or theories?
Well,
I mean, good.
So obviously, the whole purpose of these events is, at least in part, quite a bit to just keep engagement. You know, if people, if events didn't keep people engaged with the game or help them stay in the game, why are you giving away MC and C-bills when they're grinding, C-bills anyway, and supposed to put money into the game to get MC? So as Lars was sort of describing and such, it's it's trying to suck you in. It's trying to draw you in by having something special going on. That's like, oh, look at all the shinies, look at all the trinkets that you could get. It helps people. It helps people. Reminding people about the game and trying to draw them in. So there is obviously an argument for a lot of free-to-play games to have these, daily events, weekly events, monthly events, that type of stuff. You want to keep the content train going because that's how you keep people playing these games. Now, there is obviously at least, Mechwarrior Online only has these grand events that everybody takes part in. There's no personalized daily event system to really keep you engaged. So, it's sort of an interesting shared experience or delirium from everyone that you have to all do the same event and the same requirements at the same time, which leads to a lot of these weird shenanigans where, this event has, shooting down enough missiles. So suddenly, there's, 2 or 3 AMS mechs on each team.
Which then either will just make the gameplay so one-sided, because I mean we've gone over this topic before. I mean, but it's one of those things where then everyone brings one type of loadout. So then it's like, oh, you must get this amount of energy weapon damage. Well, everyone's now taking energy boats, and then you play for a week, and then everyone's complaining, everyone's taking energy boats, the game is getting stale. Or next week, it's bring ballistics, the game is getting stale. Well, I mean, it's just, I think Ethan Mech, who couldn't be here, he also put one thing in the Discord, which kind of, I think, rings true, is that it's not too many events, it's too many events that require too much effort, or these events of just like everyone has to do the same thing. And I know I've brought this up too as well before, but one of the main systems I liked a lot was Guild Wars 2. You log in, and there was like a login daily bonus. You log in, you get an item. You do a personalized, you kill so many boar, you can get this. Like, it shouldn't be specialized to a weapon group, but so they have the challenges of do so much damage, or something to that effect, and that works out well because people were doing damage, taking in the things they want to bring out, and they can still bring a variety of things but still get that same thing done. Or just or have I forget, did PGI do it one time where they had a large monthly long event?
So
they do actually.
I forget, because that worked out well, I thought.
In terms of recent-ish events, at least, we've had, there's this weekend-ish event going on. Last week was the Weekend Warriors weekend eventy thing going on. The week before that, I think, was Turtle Bay, the faction stuff going on. It was 1 week of quick play, wasn't it? Also, and 1 week of faction play. Like that was actually not a weekend, but a whole week. And then before that, they've had stuff like multiple days of You're Invited, Zero to Hero, stuff like that. Like yeah, they did daily things, and now they're back to just weekend things. So
yeah, like the weekend grinds are hard, man.
Yeah, they are. Especially you got to do adult things, you know.
Yeah. Which also too, I mean, Biter, actually, I think you brought up a good point from one of the past events was, you know, they had the faction warfare event, and that brought the player base back to faction warfare like in full force for almost like a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
And now if you log into faction warfare, it's no one's there again.
So
and it's just again, it's a food pellet. And I mean, I get it. It's a free-to-play game, and you gotta get your player base to get in, to get hooked, and you gotta do some sort of like event thing to get them in. But they shouldn't do these teeter-totter events where, you know, everyone's taking the same weapon group, or everyone's doing faction play, or everyone's doing Solaris 7 that no one even goes into anymore, you know?
Yeah, I'd like, at least with this anniversary thing, for what good it is, it's still modes all. You could do this, you can earn this in Solaris, you can earn this in
and that's a very good
faction play, etc., etc. So I wonder actually, because scouting or invasion, like mining collective, is never there, sadly. So
yeah, so that one you gotta do quick play.
You gotta do quick play for the map ones, which is kind of a problem with those map specific ones. It just goes against its own ethos. To speak more directly, I guess, you know, I don't mean not to be too mean or anything, but like with you, Lash, or others, like I think Bob has spoken this as well, like just feeling burnout about the game. And part of the thing is, you want to take a step back from the game for a week or two, and the game is just like, hey, listen.
Oh my god, yeah, it is the dragon, or it's the dragon or Navi from Link.
Yeah.
Or Zelda.
Yeah, that was what I was alluding to.
Yeah. It's like, hey, listen.
Yeah. The game wants to draw you back in. That's what the events are doing. But you're also like, I just want my own time.
Yeah. It's like, hey, mom, just leave me alone for once. But no, but that's why I've actually forced myself to only come on maybe during like a Friday, during the patch day on Tuesdays, and maybe like a smattering here on there on the weekends, because I mean, I think I posted it before somewhere on Twitter, but I put a lot of things on hold recently.
Yeah.
Because this game was sucking me in too much. And I one day I woke up, I looked at the house, and I'm like, my house is physically falling apart. I need to step away from this.
Yeah, actually, I'm the same boat too. Like I normally stream just Mechwarrior like on Wednesday, which is hump day, and I do it for like 3-4 hours, and then after that I look and like, holy shit, you know, basically, you know, like on Friday too, you know, like we do like, you know, kind of like some cool theme thing, and I, you know, just like you, man, look at my house, go, wow, my dishes are piling up. Holy cow, the cat, there's cat puke over there, you know, like type of thing. Just kind of look at the stuff.
In your section. Know that.
That's my wife there, but only in my section. But the whole thing is, you know, you get burnt out, and when there's so much stuff to do. Granted, like I said, you don't have to play, you don't have to go play the like events, but you know, being doing a Twitch and YouTube, you kind of have to sometimes just to get that footage, just to play the game. So I'm sure like RJ, BrioS, and like everyone else, they do the same thing. They're like, wow, you know, another event. Okay, crap, I gotta go play this game again. But it's just burnout stage is hitting a lot of people. And I talked to a lot of different YouTubers and Twitch streamers. They're like, okay, and they're doing other things. You notice this too. If you watch a lot of Twitch streams, they're actually playing other games. I think it's like I'm not gonna say names, but they're playing like World of Warcraft, or they're playing Elite Dangerous. They're not only doing Mechwarrior, which they've been doing for so long, they're doing other things just to get out of that burnout stage. And that's what I'm doing too, is doing different things, because you have to. You know, you're just gonna sit there and just rage quit and smash your computer just to get away from the game.
And beside the thing that you just mentioned, where people are drawing in to the point that Mechwarrior Online is basically a end of their life. Well, not to that extreme, but
It's the center of my life every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I'm done with the events.
There's also the opposite effect that I am encountering, where at some point, if you throw people food pellets, eventually they're not going to be hungry anymore.
Yeah.
So what I noticed when the whole event thing first started, back in the day, like years ago, I was kind of a completionist, and every time I wasn't able to do an event 100%, I got really mad at myself. And now I've reached a point where there's an event. I look at the event, I look at my timetable, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna log in, I'm gonna play it. I play for a couple of games, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna finish this event, so I won't bother. And the next event, yeah, I'm not gonna get the event done, so I won't even bother trying. And basically, if those events are having the opposite effect on me right now, where I don't even log in, I don't even attempt it, I don't even play that one game a week. So.
So what do you guys think of how that could be fixed? Basically, as far as the events, burnout, and everything else, playing constantly, not like all that kind of stuff. What would you guys think that maybe could fix?
For me, there are two things that would fix it. Which we've talked about, do daily things, small things.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I would be interested in that PGI has already done, where we know they can do it, is to rare events and big events. To the point where you only have an event every couple of weeks, or like maybe once a month or every 2 months. And at that point, the event is big enough that even if you're completely burned out, even if you don't really have too much time, the event is good enough and fun enough that you're willing to make that time and jump back in the game.
Yeah, because even if the event is long enough, and if it's like a month long, you don't feel pressured to come back every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say one of the most simple things would just be put a good fresh paint of count on these events, and some have done that quite nicely. Like, if it's something like a Christmas event, they show a Christmassy mech, they're giving Christmassy items.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, and I can get along with the Christmas event during Christmas. But like the most recent one right now, the anniversary event. All it is sort of one line on the website. I open it up and there's sort of just this kind of colorful hunchback standing next to a boat. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it has no flavor.
Yeah, it has no flavor. And this event, by the way, it's supposed to, like, it's extra rewarding founders. It's there's the event going on, but there's also the double XP and extra C-bill grind. Like, this is a huge amount of extra stuff you're getting for it. But on the website, at the very least, it's hello.
It's like the same thing we've seen before, and it's like, oh, it's just another weekend grab bag.
Yeah, I would say, obviously it's a lot of extra work, but if this is MWO anniversary, at least say how many years you
bring up the hype.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. Yeah. What year is this?
Yeah, and other things just like if it's the Christmas event, you make the main page Christmassy. Just instead of black, use green. Christmassy colors.
Just change the color palette.
Yeah, and if at least with this anniversary thing, since it is actually it is really rewarding to play right now, but it's just this little title card. If this whole thing was that anniversary kind of colors they're using, like orange colors, I guess, orange and blues, just all over the webpage, you're like, whoa, there's an event going on, and it's a big one, and you sort of feel it, but they aren't doing that.
Well, that's the problem with like PGI that they've always had is the hype patrol, basically, or the
lack of it.
Yeah, the lack of it basically was just like the promotion, the hype, the hype that they want to give to this game. There's so much they can do to this game to increase it, to get it out there, but of course they probably don't have the manpower to do that kind of stuff too. So, like you said, it's just like, okay, there's an anniversary challenge. Okay, what's on it? Shoot 10 missiles, 500 XP score, that kind of thing. And it's not really anniversary. It's not like, hey, thank you for being with us for 6 years, yay, type things. Nothing like that. It's just, here you go. Here's another event, guys. Hopefully you guys don't leave, type thing.
I actually really like the idea Bida just had, just turning the website into the colors of the event.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing of editing a single CSS file. That shouldn't work.
or like add a banner somewhere. Say, hey,
Yeah.
we're now this many years old.
Change the background, something like that.
Yeah,
That
something
shouldn't
simple.
take too long.
Yeah.
10, 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah. The other angle I would say to perhaps improving events beyond, having personalized daily things, because that's a lot of work. We quite liked it when they did the faction play event, because we
Yeah.
all suddenly jumped on faction warplay, did some invasion modes, and said, "Hey, this is actually kind of fun. It's different from doing quick play all the time."
Exactly.
Yeah.
This game has, quick play, but it also has invasion, it has scouting, and it has Solaris. There's lots of modes, and we all just play quick play all the time. So you want to shake the cobwebs and sort of push people towards doing other modes. And again, you just need to do the right marketing and get people excited to actually play Solaris again.
What's Lars? I forgot.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
since, at least from their perspective, they
Yeah.
put so much work into Solaris, and it can be quite fun for a short period of time. What would be a great way to get people playing Solaris for a short period of time? A fun little event for Solaris for a while.
I know, like when they did the faction warfare thing in Turtle Bay, man, I was just excited. I played freaking faction play. I'm like, yes, this is kicking. And then as soon as it ended, I'm like, wow, that's a 25-minute wait time. That's kicking. Or like basically it's like, okay, well, that kind of sucks, type thing. But yeah, like you said, it's just marketing, and it should actually be exciting instead of like, here's another event, guys, have fun, enjoy.
Okay, so maybe we could actually summarize some of the ideas we had right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
But what I can think of is, obviously we talked about hype. The biggest thing that the game is always missing is hype. Then do less events that are bigger, or more events that are less impactful, and extend the duration. Those are the main things we talked about.
Daily events too, by the way, too. Like individual events, but like like we keep on saying, it's kind of it might be hard for them to do.
Yeah, daily events are probably too much work.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
since we've seen it before and it worked out well, was just larger, month-long possibly events.
Mhm.
Something that makes you feel like, oh, I can't make it this week. I'll get it next week. I can still go to work today.
And for the love of God, Matt, please hype it. Do some marketing. Do something.
Yeah, that's always been my biggest gripe. And I've gone on Twitter and I've said, hey, you need to hype it, because even like it was like the last town hall or whatever it was, whenever they're gonna do the podcast for Faction Warfare, I was like, you gotta hype it, you gotta get us in. And there's like minimal hype, but like now I'm like, I can't even recall what was even done, because it wasn't really much.
I mean, even better example, the Solaris launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even remember what kind of marketing they had.
but I feel like there was some.
There was like, they
Yeah.
did do one or two trailers. Like there was one sort of, with the guy introducing Solaris. And
Oh,
he's
right,
like,
yeah, they had a Duncan Fisher trailer. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that was
like
actually
like
pretty
that was fun.
But it
I mean,
was
I-
released quite some time before it actually came out, which meant, you got hyped, and then a few
It
months
dropped.
later, he drops out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it drops down.
Yeah, but I mean, but that was a good, ramp up where you had, Duncan Fisher announcing, you had videos to go along with it. You had flavor, which was like one of the biggest things. Like it was very much like, I feel immersed in this game again. And then it's kind of trailed off a little bit, because I think kind of like how we've all said here is that every event they hit, and it's a little bump on the weekend to get you back, but there's nothing that really makes you feel like that there is an actual event happening. Almost, it doesn't. I think that's probably the one issue, is that it like, yes, there's an event, but it feels like nothing different to really get you back in. Almost,
Yeah. I mean, they seemingly have put all their efforts into making sure the individual little challenges have fun titles. At least
Hey,
just on the Twitter.
I
so-
admire that, man.
At least on the Twitter, just copy and paste the list of the titles. Put an
Yeah.
exclamation point at the end.
Oh man, that's all the hype right there. Putting in 1 or 2 exclamation points.
Okay.
Good start. Double or
Punctu-
nothing. Are you
punctuation's key.
experienced? It gets easier. It's too late for the It's too late. The damage is done. Easy money. You're all a
Mm.
machine. Is it just me, or is it hot in here?
There
That's
you go.
cool, I guess.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
I actually like that idea. Just copy the line, maybe put a picture of a Mac that's pretty below it, and put a link there, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
marketing.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. Like, go ahead and use Twitter, man. Twitter's like one of the major things for marketing. Use that. Use Facebook. Use like put it on your front page, man. You got a website everyone goes to. Do that kind of stuff. Like,
Use
is it
that
odd in
hype
here, or is
train.
it just me? And shows like a mech overheating type thing. Just that kind of stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But anyway, guys, I think we've gone over this a lot longer than I thought we were going to be going over. But do we have anything else we want to add, or do you think this might be wrapping up times?
I think it's wrap up time.
I think that's mostly it. The Incubus was a thing. It existed. There was a hotfix. It made the game slightly less buggy. Semi-finals are happening. We're looking up forward to the stock mech things. There's a event going on right now that's giving lots of stuff, and we aren't that interested.
And Matt Newman, please do some marketing for the game.